everyone, and welcome to our public council meeting. Let's get her started. We don't have a long agenda today, but a few important items. So first, I would like to call for the approval of the agenda. Would someone like to move that?
So
Thank
moved.
you. A seconder?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Okay, carried. We have some minutes from the last council meeting on July 20th. Would someone like to move the approval of those public minutes?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. Seconded by Councillor Buckle. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next, we have some confirmation of minutes from some CC meetings in the past. Councillor Granter, would you please, if you would, walk us through those?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, from the council and committee meeting, August the 3rd, 2020, be it resolved to ratify minute CC 20-040, which was the approval of the agenda. So moved.
Okay, seconder, please.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Go ahead.
From the same meeting, it is resolved to ratify minute CC 20-043, DUDAP Phase 1. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
You.
Second.
Seconded. The deputy. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Reminded? Carried.
From the council and committee meeting dated August the 10th, 2020, be it resolved to ratify minute CC 20-044, approval of agenda. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seconder?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
From the same meeting, it is resolved to ratify minute CC 20-046, request for proposals, RFP, Corporal Pinkston Memorial and Grenfell Drive. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Seconded. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
Be it resolved to ratify minute CC 20-048, lease agreement, YMCA. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We get a seconder there.
Aye.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
Next one, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved to ratify minute CC 20-049, Corner Brook Transit Operation. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We get a seconder there.
Seconded.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
Next one, be it resolved to ratify minute CC 20-050, Margaret Bowater cleaning contract, July the 3rd to August the 16th, 2020. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seconder? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain from that one.
Yeah.
I can't vote on that one, and I can't vote on the next one.
Yeah, that's right, because you did declare a conflict on these
Yep.
two previously.
Yep. Still a
Yeah,
conflict.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Okay, and all those in favor on that first motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
And finally, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved to ratify minute C20-051, Margaret Bowater cleaning contract, August the 17th to September the 7th. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, seconder?
I'll second it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'm in
Counterminded?
a conflict.
Right. And I guess it, okay, no, those are good. And just, I guess, for the viewing public, just from time to time, we have to deal with business in between public meetings because they're either timely or in some of these cases, they are things related to land purchases and other sort of confidential items that have to be dealt with beforehand. Yes, go ahead, Councillor Staven.
Yeah, just a question, Mr. Mayor, on the confirmation of the minutes.
Yes.
One from August the 10th, and that was the ratification for the Y. Could we just hear a little bit of a brief update from staff on that, and also whether they made the call to the curling club to make sure that they were informed?
Okay, and I don't know, Mr. Park, is that were you looking after that, Lee?
I guess indirectly, yeah. So the curling club was informed, and to the best of my
Can't
knowledge,
hear you, Dale.
I can hear him.
can you hear
Yep.
me?
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah. So the curling club was advised that the Y would be going in there for the summer program, and to the best of my knowledge, they started in there this morning. They were up on Friday afternoon, kind of getting things prepared and looking at the area. So as far as they're in there this morning, offering their program.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And we do have, I guess, the next item on the agenda, business arising from the minutes. We did have a leftover item last meeting, and that related to one of the other CC minutes related to transit. Because we did postpone that contract award because we had some further discussion. Resulted, I guess, as well. As you can see, we did approve the transit contract to Murphy Brothers, but we do have an item there for discussion and resolution on the agenda later on. So if that's amenable to everyone, we can discuss that when we get to the transit item further on the agenda.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, I guess we have some proclamations. Again, it's my pleasure, I guess, to do these on behalf of council. It is, I guess, coming up on September 4th. It is National Polycystic Kidney Disease Awareness Day in the city of Corner Brook. And also, I guess, the week of September 7th to the 11th, it is declared to be a Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Awareness Week in the city of Corner Brook. And stay tuned, of course, to our social media channels, and we'll have, I guess, again, some further information and visuals on those proclamations and those important, I guess, issues to be aware of in our community. So look forward to that, I guess, in the coming weeks. I guess we have a tender. Councillor Granter, you're on again for supply of hanging flower baskets.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The current contract for hanging flower baskets has expired. Public Works, Water, and Wastewater issued a tender for the annual supply of 105 hanging flower baskets for a 3-year period commencing June 2021. The tender closed on August the 7th, 2020, and all compliant bids are listed below, HST included. First bid, K&D Commercial Maintenance Limited, $5,554.50. Thistles Limited, $5,796 even, and they are both HST included. The proposed resolution be it resolved that Corner Brook City Council award a 3-year contract to K&D Commercial Maintenance Limited for the amount of $5,554.50 per year, taxes included, for the supply of hanging flower baskets.
Okay.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that? And before we discuss,
Mr. Mayor, oh, sorry.
I'll second it. Mayor.
okay. Thank you.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. It says $5,554.50. It's a 3-year contract. So, and it says in the resolution it's per year. Is that accurate, Mr. Mayor, or is it $5,554.50 for the 3-year period? Because if it's that would work out to about, in my estimation, if it was per year, it will work out to about $60 a basket. If it's once a year, sorry, every year would be $17.75 a basket. I was thinking that it should have been. Is that per year or? I'm just wondering there.
Mr. Burton?
That's per year. So it's,
$5,554.50 per year?
that's correct.
Okay. Okay.
One question, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, go ahead.
K&D Commercial Maintenance Limited, is that a local company?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And
Councillor,
I just got one. Oh, sorry. I was going to have another
Go
question.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't see the details of the contract, and I didn't see the details of the previous contract, which was let 3 years ago for the baskets around town. Just wondering if there's anything in those contracts with regard to the kind of flowers that would be in the baskets, and especially a summer like we have today, summer like we have this year, flowers that are drought resistant.
Yep.
Do
So
we have any stipulations in the kinds of flowers that are in those baskets?
yeah, we specify exactly what it is we want in there, and that's been based on what an experience we've had in the past with some flowers that have worked and some that hasn't. So, but we're pretty specific in the tender on what they have to supply.
Okay.
and Councillor Chason?
Okay, just a quick question. K&D Commercial Maintenance. What is their, I guess, history on flowers and do they have a greenhouse, or like, are they going to get local flowers, or are they buying their flowers from another source, or
There's
K&D Commercial? Not sure how much involvement they've had with flowers, and maybe I'm asking something I shouldn't here, by the way.
all I can say is they met all the criteria that was set out in our tender. Their submission was complete, and they will have to provide us before they start next June. They will have to provide us with all the information that we've asked for in terms of meeting the specifications. As I can't comment on their experience with flowers. All I know is, they've provided a successful bid.
Okay. And are we locked into 3 years with that? Because say, for example, if heaven forbid the flowers don't grow and we got just a bad year or whatever, would we be committed then to take the next year with them also?
So the tender is, there is a warranty period for the flowers that we can utilize if we have problems with the flowers. Okay. And so we are locked in legally to a 3-year bid, but there's lots of places in the specifications that we can use, or clauses that we can use to ensure that we're getting the product that we've specified.
Okay. Thank you.
I just need to follow up again on the initial question, and perhaps I'm reading into this differently. I thought I recall 3 years ago, because I remember 3 years ago that I read this very tender when it was awarded previously for the last 3 years, and I thought the amount then was for the 3-year period as opposed to each year. So when we look at 105 baskets at $5,554.50 by the winning tender, or $5,796 by the second tender, that's averaging $160 a basket. If that's my, but then would that be right, or are my numbers wrong?
I think it works out, Councillor, to be $46 per basket per year plus
Per
tax.
year, 46 per year. Yeah, that's right. So you divide the 160 by 3. Right. That would make sense. $46.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And that's,
thank you.
And just this year, the successful bidder was $5,554. In 2018, the successful bidder was about approximately $5,400 per year.
Right.
So it's a slight increase of about $1 a basket. This contract over the last.
Yep. Fair enough. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, there are no other questions. I'm going to call the question. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next, I guess the tax recovery plan. Councillor Staben, would you walk us through this one, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This requirement from Municipal Affairs and Environment, the City of Cornerbrook is required to prepare and approve an annual tax recovery plan. Some background on this, Mr. Mayor, and for everybody. The Provincial Department of Municipal Affairs and Environment requires all municipalities to prepare and approve an annual tax recovery plan. The tax recovery plan outlines the tax balances that are outstanding at the end of each year and the methods that the city will use for its collections. At the end of 2019, there was $2,397,000 outstanding from 1,100 different properties. This is down from $2,761,000 and 1,219 properties at the end of 2018. So there was some improvement there. While 2020 has been a challenging year for both business and also all the residents due to COVID-19, the city will continue its collection tools for properties that are in arrears. The city is willing to work with property and business owners to set up reasonable payment plans. If suitable payment plans are not in place, the city will exercise its various collection tools, including water shutoffs, rental seizures, tax sales, or legal actions. So therefore, Mr. Mayor and Council, be it resolved that the Council and City of Cornerbrook approve the 2019 tax recovery plan as attached. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that?
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Okay, any questions on this item? This is a pretty standard, Mr. Park. I understand this is just, again, our standard requirement as per municipal affairs.
That's correct.
Yeah, and it seems like we've been making progress the last couple of years in this regard.
Yeah, we've been making improvements again this year due to COVID. I guess we are probably a little bit behind schedule year to date. It would be, but we anticipate that we will be able to make that up through the remainder of the year.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next item, Youth Advisory Committee. Councillor Chason, would you please give us an update as to their activities, if you would?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Been very, very busy, very active. We held a virtual meeting on August the 13th, 2020, and just a few little, I guess, topics that we discussed. We had a project update. The committee provided an update on the two of our biggest projects that are on the go right now, our Signs of Positivity and our community gardens. The committee had received federal grant from a Rising Youth for $1,500 and collaborated on the design for signs they could post throughout the city to promote positivity. The signs were made by Speedtro and the city workers placed them throughout the city. And thanks to the city workers for doing that, by the way. And then we had a contest through social media using hashtag CBKindness, and 4 winners were picked, and each are given a 25 local business gift card. The project received a lot of response from the residents and was a great success. It was also, I guess, our first time that we became visible as a group and a committee. So that sort of got us out in the community. And from there we moved on to the community gardens, and we applied for and received a plot in the community gardens through Western Environment. We got one here on Reed Street. We planted produce in June, and members have assisted to maintain it. I guess our youth committee learned there's a lot more than just putting a few seeds in the ground and then waiting for it to grow. We had to water it and take care of it every day. So we planted it, and on August the 10th, the committee, we did our first harvest of sugar snap peas and donated them to Xavier House. And they were very excited and happy to see them. But before we donate, I guess as the chair, I went to Xavier House to ask if they would mind receiving the Sugar Snap piece, because not everybody is up to taking stuff that's donated right now. So both of our projects brought a lot of positivity to the city, received media attention, also helped establish the committee's presence. Despite the hardship brought to us, I guess, by COVID, which we sort of thought that our committee was going to sort of not be able to get together and do things, the committee has been busy doing a lot of work in our community. So our future plans, we've sort of, I guess, at our Zoom meeting here, our biggest question was where to from here? What are we going to do now? The committee has been doing more harvest in the community gardens and are currently looking for other organizations. So we'll scoot around now and see who else would like to have some of the produce. You never know, you might find a little bag of something on your doorstep. You never know what we're going to be doing with it. But then we also came up with some new ideas, like what can we do? And we wanted to get the community and our city involved in a cleanup, because we haven't had really a cleanup this year. Councillor Buckle, cash for cups and all that, we didn't have any of that. I don't think so this year due to COVID. So we wondered if we could get like sort of a cleanup and what we could do with it. And we have some very artsy people in our group, and they thought maybe we could collect some trash and collect a few things and make some art or things like that. Anyway, just a thought. And we suggested investigating options to relocate positivity signs of the fall inside public buildings. Like, we don't want all those signs to be stuck outdoors in the winter. We sort of didn't want them picked up and put into a building, but maybe there's lots of places we could put them. Maybe bring some to City Hall, maybe take some to a dental office, or take some to places where people are going in and can read the signs, or maybe some kind of the library or things like that. So we're going to run that by, I guess, by council to find out, like, would there be any issue with us gathering them? Because I guess Director Burden, we're going to have to pick them up. We put them out, so we're going to have to pick them up. So when we pick them up, what are we going to do with them? We may clean them and put them somewhere else in the city. And I'll run that by our next briefing session to find out what all your feelings are on that. I thought it was a really good idea, since the signs are very pretty. And then we discussed the idea of setting up mini libraries throughout the city. You know, we're not sure. I'd have to go to the CMO to find out if you can actually donate books, or if books are allowed, or things like that. So this all hinges, this is just some ideas, but all hinges on, can we do it now due to COVID? And then we discussed asking businesses in the city if they need volunteers for like holiday decorating, because we're not sure what's actually going to happen with Halloween. That was another big thing. Are we actually going to have trick-or-treating in the city, or is it going to be allowed within people going to your door looking for tricks or treats? So that brought a whole new load of questions to us dealing with COVID. But maybe some businesses downtown would like to have some stuff decorated, and maybe some of our committee could help go and decorate, wearing the mask, being safe, obviously. And they also discussed volunteering with Western Environmental Center. Like, some of them really, really enjoyed this project, and would programs including doing a program that would normally run every fall, where they pick fruit off of trees and permit them to pick up and donate it to organizations in the city. And we're getting, I don't know about anybody else, I get lots of calls saying, like, my apple trees are overflowing, the ground is full of apples. So maybe we can pick up some fruit and donate it to some businesses. There's a good one on Lowell Street there, Councillor Staben, that I get a call for every year that there's a lot of apples on the ground. Not yours now, Councillor Staben, I'm not going picking your apples. But anyway, maybe something like that. And the committee, we're also in the process of applying for another grant. You guys didn't get all the thing, I didn't get all of it, so I had to use this one. To develop 2 garden plots at a local organization and work with the organization to maintain this plot. So we'd ask some local organization in the city that takes care of, takes care of some of our residents, if they would like a plot, maybe like a senior citizens, or not senior citizens, personal care homes or things like that. Maybe they would like a plot. So it's just something, we're just looking at different ideas. And we discussed establishing a page on Corderbrook website dedicated to the committee and showcasing what we're all about, things we do, pictures, where we've been, what we've done. For example, if Deputy Mayor had his picture taken 5 times in front of the same picture for positivity for youth, our photos, maybe we could post that one, Deputy? And we're trying to volunteer for the food drive that was normally held in July, but we never had one this year. We never had a food drive. So maybe we could set up a table at City Hall someday and some weekend and say, you know, bring your non-perishables to the city and we'll collect them and donate them. But we also have to check with the food bank to find out if they're accepting stuff. We're not sure. I don't know if anybody else at the table can tell me if they are or they're not. So that was our plans, big plans.
Good. No, thank you very much. There's a good group of kids and they are doing great work. And it's good to see our youth engaged in our community. So thank you for that update.
Sorry it was so long, but we had a lot to discuss.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Any questions?
Great projects, Councillor, and great group of youth involved.
Thank you.
Mayor, it's great to see that the kids are picking up on the cleanup and everything.
Yep.
Because I've been fighting for it for the last 6 years, so it's great to hear that. Also, there's a couple of ideas that, like a way for them to raise some money, and that would be like the during Christmas time, mulching of the Christmas trees. They could bag the mulch and sell it pretty cheap, but still can make profit on it. So
Yeah, it's a good idea.
right, it'll help everybody out.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a few development issues, I guess, some discretionary uses to deal with. Deputy Mayor, could you walk us through each of these, please?
Sure thing, Mr. Mayor. The City of Corner Brook has received an application requesting permission to operate a tattoo business from the existing building located at 24 Union Street, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. The building is located in a light industrial zone where the proposed use, personal service, is considered a discretionary use of the City of Corner Brook's development regulation. This application was advertised, giving the general public a chance to express any concerns they may have with this development. They did not receive any objections regarding proposed development. Be it resolved upon consideration that Council, in its authority, approved the application for the proposed use tattoo business for the existing building located at 24 Union Street, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that?
Second it.
Okay, thank you. Questions on this item? Seems pretty straightforward.
Pretty straight.
Okay, well, let's take it to a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. The next one, 25, Poplar Road. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is in reference to an application the city received on July 22nd, 2020, requesting permission to add a 4-unit apartment complex to the second floor above the approved veterinary clinic on the property located at 25 Poplar Road, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. This apartment building use is a discretionary use in the residential medium density zone of the city's development regulation. Therefore, the discretionary use required an advertisement and council approval under Section 11 of the city development regulations. On September 16, 2019, the council approved a veterinary clinic use for this location. This new application for an apartment building use would add a discretionary use to the property and in turn make it more conforming to the RMD zone. Be it resolved that Council of the City of Corner Brook, pursuant to Section 11 of the City of Corner Brook 2012 Development Regulation, approved the application for the proposed apartment building use at the property located at 25 Poplar Road. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Any questions on this item?
Mr. Mayor, just speaking to some people in the neighborhood over there and they're pleased to see the construction being started over there and that, eh? The ground's cleaned up and that, so that's a good thing, seeing another, instead of seeing an empty lot, it's good to see something going there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions?
Nope.
No, I think you echo all our, Councillor Buckle. I'm confident that that property will be a good addition. And as the RFD said, adding some residential units to the second floor does help it conform better with the residential use around that area. So that's again another good building project in the city, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, if that's all, I'll take it to a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. And last but not least there, Deputy Mayor, 26 Dunbar.
Thank you, sir. The City of Corner Brook has received an application requesting permission to operate a home-based child care from the dwelling located at 26 Dunbar Avenue, which is located in a residential medium-density zone. A notice was delivered to the residents in the immediate area of 26 Dunbar Avenue, indicating the proposed home-based child care. As a result of this notice, no submissions were received. Parking has been reviewed and sufficient parking is present. After review of the application, results of the notice to the residents, the Development Planning Department is recommending that approval be granted for the request of home-based child care. Be it resolved, Council of the City of Corner Brook approve the application to operate a home-based child care from the dwelling located at 26 Dunbar Avenue in accordance with Regulation 11, Discretionary Powers of Authority. I so move.
Okay, thank you. Would someone like to second that motion?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on this one? Okay, again, I think a fairly straightforward type of use for that in a residential area. Okay, if there are no questions, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. Okay, and on to, I guess, the item was precipitated by a recent discussion around city transit. Councilor Buckle, if you would, take us through this item on transit design.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, future transit needs for the city of Corner Brook. In order to provide a transit system that meets the medium and long-term needs of the residents of Corner Brook, the city is committing to complete a transit design study by January 2021. The study will examine the best service delivery options that will be both cost efficient and will meet the future needs of the city. Mr. Mayor, the proposed resolution be it resolved that the Council of City of Corner Brook direct staff to develop a RFP that will outline possible design options for the transit operations in the city. I so move.
Okay, thank you. Would someone like to second that?
Second it.
Yeah. Mr. Staben, questions, I guess, or comments on this item?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if I could say a few words.
Go ahead.
I had the great opportunity today to go on the transit system. I don't know how many councillors are after riding it or anything. Well, I have to say the buses are very clean. The bus driver is very polite, talking to people. They're fairly busy and it's picking up. It's been pretty slow since the COVID and that. And speaking to the bus driver and looking around, yeah, there's lots of works that can be done there. And really, driving around, I was impressed, and even the bus driver was impressed that the roads in the city, they aren't too bad. There's one bad spot, and I'll pass this on to Mr. Bird in Country Road area. It's pretty rough when you go over it on a bus. Other than that, he had no complaints about the roads, thought it was good. And I just looking at it in perspective, I could see different things. Like I think there's Wi-Fi on our bus system to let people, because most people get on and the first thing they open up their phone to get on their Wi-Fi. And also we got to look at maybe a little more advertisement on their nets, and more information, more signs around to let people know, listen, get on this bus here, and 10 minutes you can be across the city. And it's great. It was interesting.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just make a couple of quick comments. I guess the first one is that city's committed to complete transit study by January 2021. Is that January 31st or whatever? Because that's a whole month, and I wouldn't want us to get caught in a time crunch on it, till the next tender for next summer. And there's no doubt about it that, and as I told you, Mr. Mayor, I mentioned that I followed the bus and saw where people are getting off and on. I mean, there's a business opportunity here yet that's not developed to its full potential. And I'll be looking forward to seeing the study moving ahead.
Thank you. Any other?
If it's not January the 1st, January the 2nd, I suggest that we stipulate it will be the 1st of January, early January, such that we don't lose that month, as Councillor Stephen said.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's important for us.
Yep. Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, I just going to make a point that I'm sure we're going to be asked. Like, the word transit and study has been in the sentence used by councils over years. How is this one going to be any different?
Good point. Yeah, I think that we've discussed this before, and I know that we've identified this need in our previous ISIT for our federal provincial funding requests to do a design specifically, not learn more. I think that it's the learning is part of this exercise, of course, to figure out how people are currently using it. But I think more importantly, we need a system that works well, but it basically is something we can go to tender with, or something that we can actually use. It has to be a document that's not a bunch of recommendations, but something more specific in terms of the routes, the type, if it's an on-demand system and not an on-demand system, how we handle a lot of these issues, and control costs. Because quite frankly, I think none of us were very pleased with the escalating cost of transit, but we all recognize the importance of transit as to many of our residents, and hopefully more and more of our residents.
And Mr. Mayor, I think that also, that's right, the more people we can get to use the bus system, the more savings we'll save on our tearing up our pavement with cars around, and that more people can travel around. I tell you, it amazed me when I got on it today, just to be able to, how quick they get around the city and that, eh?
Absolutely.
And like I said, it's great. You see what's going on around there, talking to the people, and the people that are using it are happy. I guess they would like to see a better system. But over the last number of weeks, I've been reading up on the transit studies that we did, and I guess not us as such, but there's things in there that we could be looking at that could improve it, in the next little while. A little bit better signage around in that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think, Mr. Mayor, the deputy mayor asked a question that some people in the community might be asking all of us. So I think, like, to me, this latest bus contract is $20,000 short of $500,000. That's a lot of money, and if we have 3,000 people using that a month, we need to look at that and see where we can maximize it, and see what efficiencies we can create, and also create more usage. And I think the other thing is we're going to have a new area of opportunity with the new hospital and long-term care and some of the medical clinics that are going on up above here now. So I think, usage and routes are things that we need to really get our heads around.
Right. Okay. Any other question? Oh, so I guess to clarify, do we want to clarify that motion? I would suggest that we put a January 31st deadline on it, simply because we all know the nature of how difficult it is to wrangle some of the finer details around the Christmas break period, so it is, I guess, an opportunity to commit to, I guess, having a plan in place for the end of January. However we do that, I think would be and Mr. Charters, would in terms of, I guess, putting a plan in place, does that give us enough time before we have to, before our contract is up in the end of summer in 2021.
Mr. Mayor, it's really hard to determine without having an implementation plan.
Right.
I would expect to receive an actual plan, how we implement it and timelines associated with that. If it's an on-demand type system, that could take many months to implement. As far as making changes, simple changes to routes, that could be done rather quickly. But again, I wouldn't commit to a timeline to implement any plan without seeing that plan first.
Okay, so so in terms of, I guess, the timing for a new design, what is realistic?
At the end of January, pushing it. I don't have a really good sense for it. I guess if we put it out at the middle of September, for example, we'd be into at least the middle of October before we would close that tender. It would take a couple weeks. Now we're into November. So it's in my opinion, it's a very aggressive timeline by the end of January to get a study.
Yeah, and I think, and again, I think that as a council, we've been, this is something I guess we wanted to do since the very beginning of this mandate, to get to get some improvement done to that service. So, I mean, I would like to push for an aggressive timeline, but if it's realistic, is the end of January 21. I think we should shoot for that and commit to coming up with something by then.
Totally agree, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Okay. So in terms of the motion on the specifically as it states, we're committing to. We don't have a timeline on it. Are we comfortable, I guess, with the resolution as it stands?
I think we need a closing date.
Possible design.
It just says January 2021, so we're going to go to the end of January? That's a suggestion?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be my suggestion, and I guess, Mr. Charters, I guess you're saying that aggressive it is?
But yeah.
So, I mean, we'll do what we can to get it ready for then, and you know, if we need to adjust the timelines after the RFP, we'll come back to you at that time.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, just a quick comment. We all recognize now the time frame might be tight, but let's not lose the focus, and let's not let that be an impediment to moving forward. We can always readjust and be nimble if we have to make changes. But let's get the process started and bring it about.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay, well, let's get this, let's put this resolution on the books so we can, again, set our, this, and if we're all comfortable, let's take a vote on this motion to do a design. So all those did we have this covered already with a motion and a seconder, Marina? I think we do, right? We
do.
Votes?
There's a movement second round.
Let's take a vote. All those in favor of this, say aye. Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Okay. Let's get this moving forward. And last but not least, Councillor Staben, we have some bookkeeping to do with our multi-year capital. Could you walk us through this, please?
Mr. Mayor, you caught me with my pants down.
It's a two-page agenda.
Yeah, and it was too much for me. I couldn't handle it. Is that the Public Works, water, wastewater?
Yeah, no, it's the around the approval of the multi-year capital agreement, 8.1.
Yeah, just one. My humblest apologies to you.
No. Every now and then we sneak one on the back page.
No, and that's what fooled me today. And my sheets are upside down. 6-2.
It's page
Okay.
51, Counselor Staven.
6-1?
51, page 51.
5-1.
Oh, page 51. Okay. My sheets are not in. Well, page 51. Okay. My humblest apologies to
No.
staff, to all people in Corner Brook, and to you, Mr. Mayor.
That's okay. I'll take a sip of coffee, Councillor, to,
You're advertising light and power as well.
we all gotta have it, I guess, eh?
The issue, Mr. Mayor, is the city and the Department of Municipal Affairs have agreed to amend the current funding agreements for 2017 to 2020 multi-year capital to reflect the revised amount for the listed projects, Mr. Mayor. So some background on that. In 2017, the city and the Department of Municipal Affairs agreed upon projects and expected costs to be included in the 2017-2020 MYC funding agreement. Since that time, many of the projects have been completed, and the actual costs in some cases are different than the amounts originally anticipated. In order to fully utilize the funding and to receive maximum funding for these projects, a reallocation of the funds by project is required. As a result of this reallocation, there is no change in the total amount of funding from municipal affairs, the amount of funding required from the city, or the projects to be funded. The only change, Mr. Mayor, is the amount of funding allocated to specified projects. So therefore, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved to accept cost-sharing funding as outlined in the Municipal Affairs and Environment Project Approval Letter dated May the 13th, 2020, to complete projects under the 2017 to 2020 Municipal Infrastructure Agreement Amendment Number 1. The City of Corner Brook authorizes the Mayor and the City Manager to sign the 2017 to 2020 Municipal Infrastructure Agreement Amendment Number 1 with the Department of Municipal Affairs and Environment on behalf of the City of Corner Brook. So moved, Mr. Mayor, and all the attachments are there with our package.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Someone like to second that motion?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And this is, again, I don't think this comes as any surprise. This we had talked about this reallocation period before. So this is, I guess, to formalize it and make the most of our multi-year capital dollars for work in the City of Corner Brook. So are there any questions on this item? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Well, we'll have, before I declare the meeting adjourned, I just want to remind, I guess, council and staff that we do have an in-camera session shortly after this for a couple items. So please stay on the line, but we'll bid adieu to our neighbors on the internet and on Rogers. So thank you all very much. I will declare this meeting adjourned. Bang.